What is the investment thesis for Backstage Capital?
So Backstage Capital is a venture capital firm, and we invest in companies that are founded by women, people of color, and LGBT founders because we feel like this is the biggest opportunity in startup investment today.
And it's a very different way of thinking from a venture capital perspective. You're targeting specifically underrepresented founders and companies. What has been the response to date? How difficult is it to find companies to invest in that space?
Sure. So we actually don't have a problem at all. We love any company with diverse founding teams to come and talk to us. And because of that, we've spoken to over 2,500 companies since we first opened in 2015. So, as of today, we have 75 portfolio companies. And I think an initial perception was that the reason why the lack of diversity in venture is because there was a lack of diverse founders to fund. That was an excuse that was thrown out many times. And I think that's what we're doing is we're busting that myth. There's thousands of great, incredible, diverse founders building venture capital backable businesses, so companies that can have major growth and exits within the time frame we need. And we have now invested in nearly every sector, from the hot buzzworthy sectors like AI and AR and autonomous vehicles to more consumer-focused sectors like beauty and fashion. And we see that across the entire portfolio, some really exciting companies and things that they're working on. So that's what we're doing is we're busting this myth, and to say that the founders are out there, just need to open up, look around and find them, and then you can fund them.
And so are there any specific industries that you see the biggest opportunity in?
I don't know if there's any one industry that we see the biggest opportunity in. I really get excited about frontier technology opportunities because I'm pretty nerdy, so I like to look into the future. But I also think that there's a huge opportunities in consumer. If we look at economic trends, growth is happening in diverse communities, and women both hold the most wealth. They hold 52% of wealth, at least in the United States, and they drive almost all purchasing decisions. So if you think about companies that build for those demographics, they also have a great opportunity.
Have there been any challenges investing in the space with underrepresented founders?
We like to say underestimated instead of underrepresented because that's really, we feel like, a more accurate depiction. And the only challenge is that we want to invest in more of them. Like, there's so many great opportunities for us for investment, and our limitation is capital.
What has been success stories to date in investing in the space?
Sure. So we're still early on in investing. It's only been a couple of years that we've been deploying capital, so we don't have any major exits that we can reference just yet. But there's some really great signals coming from our companies. One company that, first of all, it's hard to choose any of them, but one of them that recently won an award is a company called ShareShare. They're based in Texas, and it's a husband and wife founding team, Ty and Courtney Caldwell, and they recently won an innovation award from L'Oreal, as well as a local accelerator in Austin, Texas called Capital Factory. We're really excited about ShareShare because they represent something that we see a lot in our portfolio companies. First of all, they have a huge amount of domain expertise in their area. Ty has been in the barbering industry for over a decade. He actually has a PhD in barbering, and he wrote a book on it. And their company is focused on solving problems in that space. So it's a husband and wife team. They work great together. They have the domain expertise, and they feel the pain point. Really, they feel it themselves that they want to solve it. And so they're unstoppable.
When you decided to join Backstage Capital and make the shift, what was the reason? What got you excited about the company?
Sure. I felt viscerally that there was a problem within tech and within VC. And when I looked across the horizon to see who was focused on solving the problem, there were many people out there that were looking at uplifting women and people of color and LGBT founders. But they were approaching that work as social good work, which it is in a way. But I also felt that it's such a huge business opportunity. And when I was looking, I found Arlen, and Arlen Hamilton is the founder of Backstage Capital as well as our managing director, and she understood the business need. When she decided to open a VC firm, she could have focused on any sector. She knew companies that were working on all different kinds of technology, and she knew that this was where the opportunity was. And so when I saw her and when we first met, I was so inspired by her, and I just hoped to myself, I hope some way I can help Backstage, and then luckily it worked out in the way that it did.